Okay, well, we are live.
All right. Are we on?
Yep. We are live. Live.
Hi, everybody. This is Will Faerber from Art2Ride. I'm here today with Darcy and Branchini to continue on our lessons here. Tell us about what your week was like.
So this week it was really cold here in Ithaca. I got to work Trigger a couple times. Last night he was looking really good. We didn't do any work under saddle just because it was just too cold to.
Cold and I was really busy this week with work, so
Yep.
and
unfortunately we never got to it.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I think we're making really good progress. So I'm kind of excited to see where we're at today. It could be good. It could be, who knows? We'll see.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's get started with some work in hand and away we go.
Alrighty. Nobody.
I'll remind those of you, if you viewed in with us last week, so for the first time we got him a little bit over his back in the more difficult direction. And that was quite successful, the best he's done, and the walk was better, trot was better, everything was better. So we're looking forward to see how he goes today. But a perfect example of how horses can be so completely one-sided and what that is all about is about whether the horse can lift its back up. This horse, when we started, was very counter-flexing to one side and just unable to bend. So we always have to remember that ability to lift the back up is what allows the horse to be able to bend, because the vertebrae come up and they free when they lift, and that allows you to have some lateral flexion. And what Ron is kind of discovering here, which I have found to be something true, but very often when we have a horse that's very difficult on one side and they finally get over their back, suddenly they feel better on that side than they do on the other side. So that's kind of a normal thing. But just love how he's coming out and going right to work. Pretty good steady rhythm there. You can go ahead and take him large now in the walk, down the long side, and at the top, turn by the center line and leg yield to the right. Remember, this horse is very straight behind, so we're always looking to see that he's flexing those hocks a little bit and able to take a nice deep step to the degree that he can underneath his body. Really nice there, taking a nice step. And he got a little deeper, a little more active there through that. Nice there. Now down the next long side, going away from me, see if you can lengthen the stride in his walk a little bit. Just give him a little tap and see if you can get a little bit longer swinging walk, and then come back on the other side and shoulder in. We call that a transition within the gait, which is the first transitions that we make. In other words, just going a little faster, getting a little opening up the stride a little bit within the gait that we're in, rather than changing gaits. Very nice. Good position right there. Really nice. Nice and consistently, he's keeping that step. And then onto the circle at the end here, and let him stretch all the way down, lengthening around the circle. Really nice. Put him a little bit shoulder fore on the circle and just get it a little bit deeper into the stretch. Try to push those hindquarters a little bit more to the outside. All right, there we go, like that, really good. Really good. And I'm looking at this horse behind the saddle there. Every time I see him every week, it looks a little better. There's a little less of a hole there. It's starting to fill up quite nicely. So I'm talking about the dip in his back. As you watch as he goes by the saddle here, everyone, you can see how there's a dip there coming up at the hip. So that used to be much more extreme than that, and we're seeing it fill up. That's really good all the way down there. Now, as you cross over the center line, you can stop and change directions, starting on the circle in the other direction. And how important this work is, to so many people, and when they're in an area where it's cold, they bring out horses, and if the horses are high, the first thing they start doing is running them around on the lunge line too fast. So how important it is to take this time at the walk and the work in hand, just get the horse used to it, in other words, going to work instead of thinking it's going to come out and just let itself go crazy for a half an hour before you get on it. We want to teach horses right from the beginning what their job is, so that we don't have to wear them out to get them ready to do it. There. You can get just a little more active step in this direction. And go ahead and go large down the long side. That was better there. Then stretch a little bit deeper. Always remember to keep taking up the contact as you're doing right there with the outside rein. Go large down the long side and then turn by the center line and leg yield to the left.
Did you say you want me to leg yield?
You can get a little bit more active, a little tap there. Better. Yep, in that stretch there you go. Cut that corner, and then down the center line and leg yield to the left. Nice. I like how he's reaching really well underneath the body with that inside hind leg. Really nice. Good. And then go large down the next long side, going away from me a little bit in shoulder fore, which are kind of already in there. Same thing down the next long side. Actually, let's change that up. Let's lengthen down this next long side and then shoulder in coming back towards me.
Okay.
So just see how big a walk we can get out of him coming down the long side here this time.
You say leg yield to the side?
Yeah, I go leg yield over there and then just keep it walking. Just try to open it up. See if you can open it up down the long side. See how big a walk we can get out of him. Nice there. Got a little bit deeper in the stretch. Very nice. And then a little shoulder forward coming down the next long side. Really good there. Very nice. And one more time on the circle at this end. Once again, a little bit of shoulder fore on the circle, pushing the hindquarters a little bit to the outside as you get him as deep as we can into the stretch. Really nice there. It's really loose. Really nice. Good job. As you come to the center line, you can halt there, and we're ready to get on the lunge line. Very nicely done. This gets better and easier every week.
can do the other side if you want to do. There you go.
Mhm.
Make sure it's down in the lower part of the girth where the string is. Make sure it's in the lower part of the girth. Yeah, it could go right. Yeah. I'll take a look here. Thank you. Hey, buddy.
Really nice walk right there. Really nice. Very loose. There's no tension in the underside of his neck at all anymore. Excellent work. And you can ask him to trot. Very nice. That's really good right there. And notice is that a little bit of flexion in his hocks. That's what we're looking for. That's really good for him. If this horse were not working over his back, those hind legs would be moving almost straight, which is what you see when he does hollow on you, when he can't support it. And that's really nice. It's all about the strength. In other words, getting them strong enough to hold themselves up and then strong enough to hold us up along with them. That's really nice today. Really nice. How good his rhythm is becoming. So everyone watching this, notice how equal the diagonal pairs are swinging there. Really nice work. And let him walk again.
And walk.
Really nice downwards transition. Notice he stepped right into that. No hesitation. And now ask him to trot again.
And trot.
Good bit of that time. Getting there. There we go. Very nice right there. Each time we do that, it's a little quicker and is a little less hollow when he starts. Really nice there. And let him walk again.
And walk.
Yeah. And again, trot. Good. Very nice. Didn't hollow that time. That's what I was looking for. Really nice. And notice how nicely he's bending in this direction. Other way is the more difficult way. But this is really good. I love how relaxed his ears are now. No tension in him anywhere. That's really good. And let him walk again.
And walk. Oh, walk on.
Very nice. And you may stop on the center line and then change directions.
And ooh. Good boy, buddy. Nope.
Starting out here in the walk, try to yield those hindquarters a little bit away from you if you can. Paying attention to where his body is on the circle. In other words, are both ends on the same circle? And this way is quite a bit more difficult for him. Very nice there. And go ahead and start the trot. Let's see how it goes. See, it kind of comes up a little bit there, but that was very quick. Turning him around. Didn't stay there for long. Nice. Really good.
Good boy, Trigger. Good boy.
Nice there. Good. Really good. Watch as that neck came down a little bit just then. All of a sudden, we started seeing more flexion in his hocks in this direction.
Good boy. That's it. There you go.
Really nice. Really nice. Nice. Really nice there. Really nice. Now let him walk again.
And walk.
Not bad. You can see that downward transition. It's a little more difficult for him in this direction, but that was really quite good. Nice there. Keep trying to yield those hindquarters just a little bit when we're back in the walk again. That's more like it. And again, trot. And we don't pay any attention to the other than to see how it does, but that upwards transition comes around quicker each time. Good. Yeah, really good right there. And let him walk again.
And walk. And walk.
Good. A little better downwards transition that time. Maybe stretch out again. And go ahead and trot again. Good. Yeah. This is getting so much better in this direction now. Really nice. Really nice. Almost no counterflexion at all anymore. Really good there. Really nice. Yeah, so much better in this direction. Really good. Notice how his belly just pulled up there. I just noticed a second as it came around that corner. All of a sudden, he engaged a little more through his core. The flanks came in a little bit. See if everybody can see that. See what I'm talking about? Beginning to see that line forming along the abdominal wall there. It tells us he's engaging. Really nice. Really nice. And let him walk again.
And walk.
Very nice downward transition that time. Very nice. You may stop on the center line and let's bring out Darcy and put her up. That was really good. Better and better on this side.
Yep, every week.
Good example of how important it is to stick to a program when we're trying to train horses so that you can see those little changes. That's what we're looking for. The best trainers always have a system, even if they're not trained in the best possible way. They have some kind of system that they use. But learning to see those small changes is what makes this, ultimately kind of infinitely interesting, if you will.
We need to get a warming blanket for the sidelines like a football game.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, yeah.
I get really chilled when I'm just sitting there.
Not bad.
There. Okay, so what are we doing now?
You're gonna ride.
Putting you up.
You gotta put the reins on.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are just joining, and if this is the first time you've seen this horse, what we're doing is putting Darcy on because she weighs a little less. It was impossible three weeks ago or so. Going to the one direction was impossible for him with the weight of a rider on. Last week, for the first time, there going to the left, we got him to give over his back and begin to swing a little bit for the first time. So hoping we'll see another improvement in that. But a good thing to emphasize for everyone to realize that when you have a horse, and just because horses are big doesn't mean they're strong enough to carry you. You know, so if the weight of the rider disrupts the gaits to the point that it can't move the way it should naturally in organic gaits, then there's something wrong with what we're doing, and that we have to stay off until they're strong enough to do it. As simple as that.
There you go, Darcy.
You want me to lead him to the mounting block, or are you going to?
What's that?
Are you leading him, or should I? The
You
mounting
can.
block. Okay.
Just wanted to get the stuff out of the way here.
But you got the lunge line. Give it to me. Okay. Come on, Trigger.
Yeah, the changes that he's been through since I got him are just amazing. You know, when I first got him, you get on,
You tighten
and
the
he would
girth.
just want to take off into a canter. You know, just
Yeah.
'cause he was trying to escape it. You know.
Do you want
Yep.
to,
One out from underneath it,
tighten? Is the girth tight?
open what they're doing.
No, he doesn't want to do that anymore. The girth is tight on both sides.
Okay. I could check it, but I don't know why. I just thought I'd ask you.
What side you want to go first?
It doesn't matter. You should pick the side. Did you just end left?
Yeah.
So maybe you go right.
Yep.
So to the easier side first, of course.
Here, buddy.
That was a nice walk, though, for a second.
For those of you at home, we always want to go with the easier side first, get that going, and you have a better chance of succeeding on the more difficult side.
Trigger, we're attached, honey. He was just like going straight. Good boy.
Nice, really nice. And stretch out in that walk. That's really good. Really good. That's it. Just keep encouraging that stretch to get deeper and a little more swing in the walk, but it's really good.
Good boy.
And just Darcy, help him a little bit, trying to use your inside of the leg a little bit, trying to bring the hindquarters a little bit outside again, or on the same circle at least. And so want to go a little bit inside. So just a little inside the leg, letting the outside shoulder come around just a little bit so you're in the position of the circle. Like that. Really nice. That's what I want to see. Really good. Yeah, really good. All the way down there. Like that. Really good. So when you really get it good, remember to do nothing at all. When he's really good for a moment, even if it's just for a few strides, be sure and let everything relax so that he gets that moment of, I'm doing the right thing, so they're not asking me to do anything else. Like that. Really nice. So we always have to remember that the cessation of the aids is how we communicate with the horse. It knows it's doing the right thing when we do nothing. Really nice. And whenever you're ready to start him into a trot rising. Once again, we don't worry about the upwards transition, just as best he can. He'll do it the best he can. And let him figure out how to deal with your weight once you get going. You stretch up a little bit, remembering not to lean forward. You can see how much even your little weight affects him a little bit. Let's keep going for a moment and see if you can get there. Let's try to keep rising, just kind of staying out of his way as much as you can.
Come on, Trigger.
Keep going for a moment. Keep going for a moment. See if we can get there. There we go. Starting to happen a little
Good
bit.
boy.
Yeah, those reins relax now. There we go. Feel how the gears begin to line up. Starts to have a little swing. Easy does it there, buddy. Yeah. And just soften him just very gently with your fingers there a little bit, that inside rein a little bit. Keep him looking in the direction that he's going without taking too much there if he doesn't start resisting it. And just keep trotting for a moment. Remember to correct your rising diagonal.
Oh.
Yeah.
On trigger.
Keep going. Now let the reins just get longer so you're not doing anything with them. A little bit there. Keep rising for a moment. See if you can figure this out.
There you go.
There he starts to go.
Good boy.
There we go. Good boy. There. Now watch how the gait changes. There you go. That's what we were looking for. Really nice. The expression on his face starts to change as well.
There you go.
There, good job.
Boy.
Right. There you go. Very nice now. So again, everybody watching this, watch what happens with the hind legs when he starts to lower his head and neck. Watch how he's able to start being able to flex his hocks instead of pulling himself along with his shoulders, which is what he started out trying to do. That's much better there. There you go. There. That's looking better. Keep it going. Watch you not leaning forward. Yeah, good. Yeah. Now let him walk.
And walk.
Ready
And
for that?
walk.
Yeah.
And walk.
And walk. Just really slow down your voice. There, like that. Into the walk. And let him stretch out and walk. So you can all see how much just putting a little weight on this horse's back still affects him. But he's figuring out how to deal with it and make himself comfortable. That was really good. Nice. Now again, prepare to trot. And once again, just ask him up into the trot without holding him back with the reins or trying to balance the transition or anything. Just let him up into a trot as best you can. But just asking with your legs. There, much better this time. Coming quicker.
Good boy.
There we go. Like that. Really nice now. Right there. Really good. Much better now. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Very nice. Very nice. Keep it right there. Really nice. And now ask him to walk again.
And walk. And walk. Good job, Trigger.
Excellent. That time, letting him stretch all the way out. Really good. Now go ahead and halt on the center line and change directions.
Whoa. Whoa, Trigger. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Good boy.
Very good boy. Good job.
I know it feels completely different when suddenly he goes over his back, doesn't it? You feel how that chain, all of a sudden the hole comes up underneath you. And
Yeah, exactly.
you feel the wave pushing you out of the saddle. It's an awful feeling to ride a hollow horse because you can't go anywhere. You feel like there's nothing, you have to push yourself out of the stirrups, against the stirrups to get out of the saddle.
Yep. It's a very strange feeling.
And just think, there are people who ride like that all the time and think that's the way to ride.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep. Really nice. And just spend the time to try to widen the circle as much as you can in this direction before we start to trot him. Really get him using the whole arena, get him off of your inside leg a little more, try to swing the hindquarters a little more to the outside. Get a really big circle. The bigger the circle, the easier it will be for him.
Come on, move over.
Like that. More like it.
That's a boy. Good boy.
Really nice now. And prepare to trot. Whenever you're ready, just ask him up into the trot, just like we did in the other direction. There you go. He can find his way there. A little tap behind your leg there at that whip. Get him a little more active.
Whoa.
With your leg. Try to lift your toes up and get your weight a little more on your heel as you rise into the trot so you stay balanced. There you go. That's looking better. There we go. Now we're getting there. Going. And keep going.
Good boy.
There, good boy. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Thing again, just a little tap to that inside leg. Remember, at this point, we're usually using inside aids for the most part. You know, we're not trying to combine them too much. That's why just a simple inside open leading rein when you want to turn, just letting your inside hand move to the inside, opening it from the elbow. Like that. So you just feel that contact without any backwards pressure. Just a little more active in the trot again, trying to widen your circle out a little bit, see if you can find that place in this direction. There we go. Trying to get there. He's trying to get there. Keep going. That's good. The trot's better. It's not totally upside down. There we go. Getting there. He's coming around. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Really good. There we go. Much better. There we go. Now watch how those hind legs start to move once he begins to be able to lift his back a little bit. Much better. Keep that going like that. Really good. There.
Good boy. Good boy.
That's it. Really good. And now ask him to walk again.
And walk. And walk. Good boy.
And stretch all the way out. Good job. Good there. Good walk now. Now go ahead and stop wherever you like and change back to the other direction again.
Okay. And whoa, trigger. And whoa. 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 Whoa.
Hmm.
Whoa. Whoa. That's what we're gonna have to work on next, Will, is teaching us how to stop this horse.
I've been working on your fingers in the reins, giving and taking there a little bit. Stretch up and good boy. There we go.
He's always been like that.
The last 3 years I've been working on that.
Yep. It's the last thing I worry about.
Good, buddy. At least I got him to stand at the mounting block. You know.
Yep.
Oh,
I guess you take the little things, right?
Yep. Well, once you begin to realize that when you're training correctly, it affects everything else that you do. So you see improvements in all the other things of how you're handling horses and how they allow themselves to be handled, that sort of thing. That's all about trust, right? If a horse doesn't trust you to ride it, if you're hitting it in the mouth all the time, or kicking it all the time, or whipping it all the time, or spurring it all the time, it's never going to trust you, right?
Yep.
There has to be moments when we do nothing at all so the horse can go, oh, this is what they want, because they stop bothering me. Yeah, really good there. There we go. As you come around to the center line there, anywhere along there you like, ask him back up into the trot again. Same thing, just not worrying about the transition best you can. Keep the circle as big as you can, let him figure it out, and find his way to the stretch. Like that, almost immediately that time. Really good.
good boy.
Really nice. Just like that. Excellent now. Really nice. Really nicely done now. That's really good work, just like that. Really nice, right there.
Easy.
Look how much flexion is in his hocks right now. Really nice. That's the best I've seen his hind legs move. That's really good. Really nice. Really nice there. Wow. And how pleasant is that?
Big difference.
Yeah, good boy.
And now ask him to walk again.
And walk. And walk. Good boy. Nice transition, too. Look at
That
that.
was a really good transition that time. Really nice. Now go ahead and ask him to stop and change back into the other direction again. That was excellent. That was the best we've seen yet.
It's amazing the difference from the first time in this direction to this time.
Yeah.
It's like a different horse.
Totally. I mean, it feels
But understanding that you solved that problem without any duress to you by understanding that the horse was simply too weak to be ridden.
Yeah.
You did the right thing. It's easy to ride. That's the point. It shouldn't be a labor to ride a horse. If it is, you're not doing it right. Something is wrong. It should be fun for both horse and rider.
Good boy.
Really nice. Really nice. Look at that stretch. Excellent. And again, prepare to trot. And whenever you're ready, just ask him up into the trot again.
Good boy.
Really nice.
boy.
There you go, almost there. There you go. Keep going. Really nice. Just softening a little bit with that inside rein. Once again, you can use that open leading rein in the inside. Just let your hand just come to the inside, opening from your elbow like that. So you just feel a little contact there, but without a lot of backwards tension. While you move him away from just that inside leg is all you're really working with. Like that. Really good. Keep going. Keep going. Almost there. Keep going.
Boy.
There we go. Yes, good. Keep going. And just that little bit of inside leg, trying to move the hindquarters. There you go. Really nice. Like that. Fantastic. Excellent. There we go. Really good. Excellent. Best we've seen yet in this direction. Really nice. Keep it going. Just like that. Really nice. Really nice. Like that. Look at that boy today. Excellent. Keep it going in this direction. There. Really nice. Huge improvement. Really nice. Again, just remember that open leading rein a little bit every time he hollows a little bit. And once again, just that inside leg, just like that. Excellent. He responded to both that time. That's really good. And if he starts to get a little stiff again, same thing. Open that leading rein and use your inside leg just to swing the hindquarters out, but that's really coming nicely. Beautiful. Really good. Excellent work right there. Really nice. This is the best he's done. By far. Really good right there. Really good.
There you go. Good boy.
Really nice. Keep that going.
You almost seemed lame for a second.
There we go. Like that. Now he's in back to a walk again.
And walk. And walk.
Very nice. And back into the stretch. That was fantastic. I mean, this is so much better. Every day now. Keep in the stretch again one more time.
Good job. Good job, Trigger.
Excellent. And you may halt on the center line. That was absolutely fantastic with him today. Huge improvement.
And woo. 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 Trigger. Woo.
Now really just let your legs relax, let your seat relax, and just close your fingers on the reins a little bit as you stretch up. Say ho.
Woo.
Good boy.
Woo. Woo.
I like how he wants to stay in that stretch throughout.
I know, right?
A little bit of a creep, and that's all right. Let's bring him to a wall. There you go, halt right there. It's all not important. Really nice, and you may dismount. That was fantastic. What an excellent fellow. He earned his cookie or whatever you got for him there.
Yeah, it's just amazing from the start of the lesson when Darcy first got on to what we ended on, just the transformation in that. You know, it's just as soon as he realized he could do it.
Yeah, I wasn't
Once
sure
again, we're tapping into this is how horses are supposed to work in nature. You know, if they grew up, you know, in an environment where they had to move all their lives, you know, not just out in some pasture someplace, you know, but in the wild, they would develop over their backs. And even when you see herds of wild horses, the ones who are in the lead are, you see a lot of lame ones that are in the back of the herds. But if you see the ones that are up in the front, they look like they have top lines, because the ones that don't have top lines that can't move end up getting eaten out in the wild, right? The guys at the back of the pack, that's why horses have that thing to be the fastest horse, because the one at the back gets eaten, you know?
Yeah.
In old days, you know?
That makes sense.
Thinking about that was really fantastic. So for this week, I think you can continue. You know, once again, if it's cold, if it's too cold to ride, don't bother with it. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we keep the work consistent, you know, at least every other day, and keep him going. And even if you don't get on until next week, but next week, why don't you put your britches on, and we'll at least, what I'll probably do is put you up first to Darcy in the one direction and get it right, and then we'll add a little bit more weight and see if he can handle it. So we'll see whether he's able to handle a little more weight. We'll do that maybe in the good direction and switch back the other way to do it the other step.
Sounds good.
Great job. Questions about that one?
No, I think I think what we're doing here is working. I don't know, do you have any questions?
No, I was just going to comment that I think that reminder of not doing anything when he's doing the right thing, like I started thinking a lot about that while I was working him today, and I think that really is such a good, like, you forget sometimes, at least I do.
Exactly.
And I kept using that today, and it was like, oh wow, like that really works, because he's like, oh, okay, if I go back down, she's going to stop doing that. If I, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how we take, because otherwise they don't know, if we just keep aiding and aiding all the time, how do they know they've ever done anything right, right? Because we put the aids on when we want them to change something, you know. So when we don't, and that's that, once again, self-carriage means the horse will carry itself without having to leg all the time. As we see, you know, so many horses today, I mean, they start off, you know, people get spurs too soon. They learn to ride with spurs, so they never actually learn to ride with their legs. You know, I mean, no person should ever get spurs until they're quite an advanced rider, you know, because otherwise they end up just riding off the spurs all the time. They never really learn anything how to really ride. So all that stuff is really important. How long it, you know, once again, one has to be realistic about, you know, what you're trying to learn here. In the old days, you know, people either learned how to ride and were serious about it, or if they weren't, they were put on a horse with a standing martingale and told just don't touch them out, you know. That's how, and they would ride that way until they were in balance enough to be able to begin to think about changing the frame of a horse, which means you have to have perfect balance to do that. Otherwise you're just really messing with the horse the whole time that you're up there, you know. So, and unfortunately today people don't go through that step. They immediately get on, oh, we're riding dressage, and they're immediately taught to ride with their hands. And this is how it's gone down the route, because nobody wants to tell people the truth. It takes years to learn to ride correctly. I mean, as I said, in the old days, people who were only like weekend riders didn't try to put horses in frames. They rode them in standing martingales and did the best they could and left. And that's what people would tell them: just leave the horse alone. You use your leg when you want to go and stop with your hands, and that's it. The rest of the time, it's very simple, you know. Because it takes years to learn to do this in this way, you know, and to really be able to play music, if you will, you know, kind of like, you know, music is the same way. I mean, there's lots of people who don't know more than 3 chords. They may have made millions of dollars, but they're not really musicians. I mean, they're limited, you know, but that's different, you know. Being a pop star doesn't mean you're a musician. You know,
Ron's always pointing that out to me when he notices that.
Right. Exactly. You can be a big star and not know anything. You know? You have the right people producing you these days, especially. So, all right, we'll take a little 5-minute break here while you bring up the next one.
Sure.
I'm going to go next, and I'll see you back here very shortly. Great work today.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Come on, guys.
Ron, do you want me to turn this off or leave it?
Don't do anything yet.
Okay. Can I go get my horse ready or start to?
Hi, everybody. This is Will Faerber. We're back again, and now we're going to start up with Darcy's horse, Calvin. How's it gone with him this week, Calvin? I mean, with Darcy?
It's been good. Same thing that I mentioned when we were talking with Ron's horse is that it's just a busy week for me work-wise.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cold, so I worked him, but same way, I didn't do any work under saddle. So it was just the same stuff I've been doing, like working hand and on the lunge line, and that's it.
Good. And has that seemed like it's been better, or?
It's the same. Like, he starts out a little cranky every time, but he works out of it. So it hasn't really changed. I was kind of hoping this week I'd see a turning point. I guess I know his personality, like from before, where he would just be willing when he came out, and it just hasn't really returned where he's just ready to go. He seems to not mind working hand at all. It's as soon as I put him on the lunge line.
Yeah. Well, we're still going through similar things with Q. She's still on the medication for the ulcer thing, and she has good days. Some days she comes out and she's really good, and other days she just doesn't have any energy. Doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just do the best we can. All right. Well, let's start with some work in hand and see where we get to.
Okay. Sounds good.
Ooh, there's a cloud of dust. That was quite a cloud that came off of him there.
I'm glad the saddle didn't come off with that shake. Boy.
Go ahead and turn by the center line and leg heel to the right. Nice big stretch there. And notice as his neck got a little bit longer and deeper, he started having a little more flexion in his hocks as he's picking up those hind legs a little better there. Now try to extend the walk a little bit there. Now see if you can get it to reach out a little more. It's in a good place. And see if we can get it kind of lengthen the walk a little bit. And onto a circle here. Big circle here. And just kind of lengthen all the way around that circle. See if you can keep a big swinging walk going all the way around there.
Good boy.
So we take a look at his belly here, just going around. He's got a, see going around there, you can see how his flanks are kind of out a little bit. So he hasn't quite pulled that core up yet. So we're going to watch for that as we go on. Nice there, but good active walk now. There we go, like that. Starting to have a big step. I'll go ahead and go large this time and do a little shoulder forward down the next long side, going away from me.
Another potty break.
Yep.
Okay. Good boy.
There we go.
Should be good to go for a while now.
There you go. And that's always a good sign, however, with horses, that we want them to be able to go and go freely. Now, you're going a little faster than he is, so keep him like up to you. Now, down the next long side, let's try a little shoulder forward down the next long side.
Okay.
There we go. It's getting there. Position right there. Stepping actively. Right there. Now back around your circle here. Once again, asking them for a little bigger step. See if you can get him to lengthen around the circle a little bit. Like that. Really good there. Nice big step. Good there. Really good there. Now he's taking nice big steps. Good, right there. Really good. And you can halt on the center line there and change directions.
And whoa. Whoa. Good boy.
Go ahead and go large down the long side. Big stretch. See if you can get even a little bigger step going away from us here on the long side, and then turn by the center line at the top and leg heel to the left. Good, right there. Good stepping over. Good position with the shoulders. That is leading slightly with the shoulders, just like it should be, just like that. Very nice. And then go straight down the long side, and then going away from me on the other long side, let's do a little shoulder four now.
Okay. Oh boy.
A little more shoulder four position. Bring the shoulders off the rail a little bit more. A little bit more there. Go ahead and keep that going. Again, down the next long side. I want to see a little bit more of an angle in this direction.
Okay.
That is, his shoulders off the rail just a little bit more. Good, right there is good. Keep that. A little bit of a tap there. Speed up the back legs a little bit. There you go, like that. It's better in the stretch. There, keep that coming. And back on this big circle here. Once again, just trying to put him a little bit shoulder four on the circle. Try to move the hindquarters off the circle a little bit to the outside while we do this for a moment. Once again, just trying to move the hindquarters a little bit out of the line with the front end. Just move them a little bit more to the outside. Nice big step right there, though. Right there. Good, good, good. And you may halt on the center line here. We're ready to lunge. That was really good.
Okay. Oh boy.
Good work, Calvin.
For some reason, I feel like I had a question. I just forgot the question. Hey. Whoa. Whoa. Back up. Back. Thank you. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. So the last couple of days I noticed, maybe a little more so than normal, although I've noticed this behavior in the past too, where he really kind of hangs on the bit. And I guess the answer would be kind of what you just said about keep softening, kind of like a little bit of that, your ring finger kind of loosening. And then as soon as he relaxes, don't do anything is probably the answer, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
it is weird, especially going left. Like he really kind of clenches on the bit on me, and it's hard to get him to loosen and soften there.
Well, remember, whatever you're feeling in the bit is a result of what's happening in the back.
Okay.
So when they stiffen and clamping up on you, they're probably losing the ability to move over their back the way they had been.
That's good to know, because I hadn't really thought about that.
We see people arguing about this online all the time and what bit to use. Once you understand that what is happening in the mouth is an expression of what's happening in the rest of the body. It's not, you don't fix it, so to speak, at the mouth. You fix it by correcting the rest of the locomotion problems that the horse has in terms of how it's connecting across its top line. And then those things over time, disappear.
Yeah. Okay. So really just focusing more on the hind end and not worrying so much about that. And then as soon as he relaxes.
Exactly. All that stuff will come around.
Okay. No, you were sneezing in there and he was like jumping, wondering what was going on. Okay. I will need a hand though, Ron. Don't forget. Okay.
We will need you at some point.
Come on. Okay, whoa. The one improvement I have seen is that, I don't know if you remember, but when he was really cranky about this whole thing, he didn't want to move at first on the lunge line. And he's back to himself, like of, just going out, knows his job, and seems to want to move.
Excellent.
Good boy.
Really nice. There we go.
Whoa. Good job. There you go. Yeah. The other argument I see all the time online is that by stretching your horse, you're putting him on the forehand.
Right. That's what everybody who doesn't understand this thinks.
Yeah.
Well, once again, they do, you see these Western people who do the peanut rolling thing, but they never ask the horse to come through. So yes, their horses are on the forehand, but all horses have to start on the forehand. That's the thing to understand, is that you can't pull or kick a horse off of the forehand, or rein him back off of the forehand. You have to let them develop the strength to be off the forehand. Then they will, But this idea that you can physically manipulate them off of their forehand, with your strength is an absurd concept. Doesn't work that way. And a lot of people also misunderstand. They think, for instance, when they see, like a saddlebred. A saddlebred is always on its forehand all the time. It brings its knees up around its ears, but it's on the forehand all the time because it doesn't use its back in the movement. It just lifts its legs up. So that's the thing we have to ask yourself. Most people today don't actually know what collection is, which is the degree to which the thrust of the hind leg lift the front end off the ground. It has nothing to do with shortening. Most people today think the collection is shortening a horse, is pulling it together, as they even say. I've heard them say it many times. Oh, pull them together, pull them together. Well, it doesn't really work that way. When you pull them together, all you get is shortened strides. Now, once again, that's confusing today because in dressage, where people are buying these $1 million movers, they pull them together and they're being scored that way. They're hollow, but they're scoring high, because the judges don't know enough to look at them and see that they are on the forehand. They're just lifting their legs up. They're just lifting their knees up in the air.
Good boy.
Really nice now. Now ask him to trot.
Trot. And trot. Good boy.
That's more like it. There we go. Very nice. Now we saw just a little bit of that little pissiness, but not much. Certainly pulling his belly up very quickly today.
You know, Will, I'm
Getting this
noticing that my lunge
but
line
even
is
though he's not all the way in the stretch, he's not all the way hollow either. So that's good, like that.
My lunge line is attached in the wrong spot, actually. It's attached on the bit, but I mean, it's attached below the
thing. Why don't you stop and change it then?
Okay. Whoa.
That'll be.
I think it'll probably help if I just fix that really quick.
Yes, I think so too. Definitely what you want to do. But that came around rather quickly, and you know there was much less resistance to that than last weekend. So that was good.
Come here. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, I messed up. Okay. Much better. Okay, come on. Come on. Good boy. Not done yet. I know, and I dropped my lunch whip. Okay. Ready? Good boy. That's a boy.
Yeah, good. So you get that little stretch a little deeper, those hind legs start moving there more.
Yeah.
Really good. Go ahead and ask him to trot.
And trot. Good boy.
Very nice. Really good. Nice.
Good boy.
Very good.
Come on. Good boy.
Good. Really good right there.
Good boy.
And let him walk again. Wait till he gets a little deeper in the stretch again. Oh, there you go. Now ask him to walk. Right there. It's perfect.
Good boy.
What a good fellow today.
Yeah.
And you can stop him on the center line and change directions. That was really good. A little bit of pissiness there in the upward transition, but nothing much better than last week. Good boy, Calvin.
He is a good boy. It's so happy. I'm so happy to see him not, you know, upset because it was clear something was wrong.
Yep.
Okay. Walk. Walk. Mounting blocks. Good boy. There you go.
Just try to get that a little bit more active, little pokey there for a moment. Try to widen that circle so we're getting him on that bigger circle. You have to walk with him a little bit. So when we start the trot, it's not going to be on a little tiny circle like that. Good.
Over. Boy.
I'll go ahead and start the trot.
And trot. And trot. Good boy.
There we go. Very nice. A lot happier about all this today.
Always a little pokey on this side.
Keep trying to make it just a little more active as you can without upsetting him like that. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, so see those hocks moving. Very nice. Right there. It's really good. Keep that.
Come on. Good boy. Come on. Come on.
And let him walk again.
Walk. Walk. Good boy.
Very nice work.
Come on. Keep walking.
All right, I'm ready to bring out Ron and get you up there.
Okay, sounds good.
That was very good today. Much less resistance. A little bit going the other way, but no big deal.
Yeah.
Boy.
I think that's actually the best he's been as far as the beginning.
Yeah.
When I first put him to work. I mean, yesterday was pretty good, but there was a little crankiness there. Come on. Yeah. I'll have to see if Ron is paying attention. Because he's in the other room. He said he was watching online to know when he needed
Ron, are you watching? Where are you?
The heater is in
Probably
there.
somewhere warm.
Yeah, exactly. The heater's in there.
There he is.
Taking care of the horses.
Very good.
He was really just in the tack room getting warm.
I was sleeping in the tack room. There you go.
That too. Well, we had a beautiful day here today. I spent the morning out. We're finishing up all the rock stuff for our drainage around our ring and all that, getting it finished and various things. So it's great to be getting to the end of some of those projects.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh gosh, I know that feeling.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'd like to get up one day without having a construction job to go to, right?
Exactly.
We're getting there. It's about a year and a month now that we've been doing this nonstop.
Yeah, that's us too. We must have the same timeline.
Yeah, about the same thing.
I know, I keep thinking like the regular maintenance would be nice.
Right, exactly. When all we have to do is that, right?
Exactly. Because right now it's like a lot of bigger in fact, the tack room, I said he's getting warm in there. It's not technically insulated or anything. We just have a heater running in there because we have water in there. So it freezes otherwise. But we're getting there. It's supposed to be soon that we'll have the heated tack room too.
But we just got our storage room, the feed room finished. Or not finished, but the roof's over it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That was another huge project. So now we can use our other stall.
And now, was this property you already lived at before you decided to make it home for your horses?
Yes, we just didn't think it was big enough. It had been a horse farm before, but the ring, we thought the ring would be too small, but we found a way of doing it that doubled the size of the ring they had here before. That was
Oh,
our whole
that's
thing with the
great.
drainage. But we got that to work. Our arena is huge. It's 220 feet by like 90 feet across. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, ours is like 200. Our outside is like 200 by what? Like, I don't even.
100 by 220.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we discovered that under the grass is actual real footing.
Yeah, so we
great.
just have to peel up the grass and actually go back to what it was, because I think it was sand. We'll have to get more sand and all that, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a huge project.
Right.
Plus, they also did things right here. Everything around here gets muddy and wet, but that's about 3 foot higher than everything else around it.
Oh,
So
nice. That's
it will drain really easily and nice. Come on. You want me to get on first and then you'll hook up?
Yep.
Okay.
What's the cover to me?
Okay, I'll swing him around.
There you go.
Come on. Come on. Easily distracted.
Yeah.
He saw something he wanted to go check out.
Just checking out the TV. It's like, who's that guy on TV over there?
Come on.
Hey, Calvin.
That's the Wizard of Oz.
That's right.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. Calvin.
Oh, there, Cal.
Come on. It's like, I don't want to do any riding. Come on.
Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Come on. Walk up. And whoa. Good boy. Good boy. Don't be looking over there, because I know you're going to walk over there on me.
Good boy.
Ron went to go get something real quick.
All right.
So I guess
Go ahead and take her on the stretch there. And we'll start off a little bit with that before we get in the lunge line. Just go ahead and go large in the walk and let him have that stretch. What you're doing there is really good. We'll start off this way. I was kind of thinking about doing anyway. So good. Nice. And go ahead and turn by the center line and do a leg yield to the right. No time like the present. Very nice. Like that. Really good job right there. Very nice. Keep that. And go ahead and go large in the walk. Ron, we're going to do this for a minute, and then I'm going to put you on there. So I'm going to do a little walk work here first.
Okay.
Since we sort of started with this a little bit, go ahead and keep that. And change the rein across the next diagonal in the walk. Going rather nicely. Seems to have forgotten about the exit door.
Sorry, I missed that. I tried
Change across the next diagonal. No problem.
Diagonal, but
Best laid plans and all that. Change across the next diagonal.
oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. Remember that you're always sitting up square on the seatbelt bones, trying to feel the horse underneath you. If he gets a little sticky, then you can drop back behind the motion a little bit. When you feel the back come up underneath you, then you stretch up underneath it and lift your chest up a little more so that our goal is to sit on top of that ball. It should feel like a ball that's kind of carrying you forward ultimately. There, keep that going. Go large in the walk where you have it there and just keep softening him into the stretch. Let's part here and go large and up to the other end and turn by the center line and do a leg heel to the left. Ease himself there a little bit.
Good boy.
Yeah. Notice the walk is always better after he relieves himself. But, go ahead and turn by the center line. We're gonna do a little leg heel to the left.
No.
That's the way. And now just going on to a circle there in the center there. And Ron, you can come out now with the lunge line and join us. And go ahead and halt there and let Ron hook up.
Okay. And whoa.
Calvin, you coming to see me?
Something.
Good boy.
A good left first, Ron.
Here was my other little feral cat. That was a wild one.
Oh, yeah.
It was the one that was at our other barn we brought home. She came home and she never wants to go outside anymore.
That's funny.
She loves living in the house.
That's funny.
If it's cold, forget it. She wouldn't even go out.
Knows when it's
Really
good,
nice.
right?
I just wanted to widen that circle there to start off with. And once again, remembering this idea of just a simple open leading rein. That's all we're looking for the horse to respond to at this point. Just bringing that hand to the inside when you want to feel a little rein contact in the direction you're going. So once again, it's mostly inside aids that we're using here. Your inside leg, mostly just asking him to swing the hindquarters out a little bit, keeping him going deep into the stretch like that. Really nice. And always remember also, when you do get a little behind the motion, don't let your legs shoot out in front of you. So don't get behind the motion and roll your hips under you like that. So try to lift up and go back from your waist here, if that makes any sense, so that you don't round your hips underneath you like that. Yeah. So you lift up, kind of like in yoga, like how you do a back bend in yoga, without moving your hips. So that's kind of what you want to do, is because if you roll your hips under you, then you pushes your leg out in front of you. So you want your legs to stay underneath you. So we adjust the upper body, but try to just keep your hips square in the saddle. So they're neither too far under you or too far out to the back, either one. Nice walk there. Get that going again. Now prepare to trot. And whenever you're ready, just ask him up into a trot rising. Same thing. That's just asking with your legs. Hands are quiet. At this point, it's always just legs alone, hands alone. We're never confusing the horse by conflicting the aids.
Good boy.
Actually, we never want to do that at any time. And that same thing, just using that open leading rein a little bit when you need to, letting that inside hand come to the inside. The other one stays against the neck like it is there, like that. Mostly just the inside leg that's keeping him going there at this level of training. Nice. Yeah, like that. Good job. Keep going with it. Yeah, really nice there. Keep it going. And every time he sort of comes up there, just use that open leading rein again, widen your hands to take up the slack in the rein so you can feel his mouth, but without any backwards tension. Like that. Really good. That's what we want to see. When he gets there, just let him be right there, stretching into it. That's really good. Keep that going. Keep that going, just like that. Really nice. We always have to go all the way down in the stretch before we start coming up. That is to try to bring the horse into a little higher level frame the other way, but we've always got to get the big stretch first. Keep that going. That's really good. Keep it going. That's really good. He's really digging in there. That's really good. Look how nice the hocks are working back there for those watching it at home. Keep that going. Really good there. Now I just want you to shorten your reins and just bring his pole up a little bit without shortening the neck back. You're just going to shorten your reins a little bit and let the whole neck come up a little bit while you keep rising. Ask him upwards with your hands, just a little. There you go, like that, just like that. Keep it going, trying to keep the trot the same, like that, right there. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. That's it. So don't you now you're not letting him into the stretch. You're letting him just go as far as you want him to go into the stretch. Now let him go all the way back down into the stretch, all the way back down again, like that. So our goal is to get this to the point where we can do this, raising the head up and the neck up and down, but without any change in the gait, that the horse doesn't shorten the stride when we change that position. Keep that going. And do the same thing again, just shortening your reins, bringing them up from the stretch, trying to keep them going at the same tempo, just like that. Really good right there. Quite good right there. Good. Keep it right there. Really nice. Not a bad beginnings of a working trot for this horse. Right there. It's really good. Keep it just like that. Really nice. Just like that. Excellent work. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Now let him stretch all the way down again. Just cruise along with it, letting him take the stretch all the way down. Add a little bit of leg at the bottom there so he gets a little bigger push. Really nice there. Really nice there. Really nice there. Now shorten the reins again. Just letting your hands stay where they are and just shortening the reins just to raise his neck up. Don't start to lean forward. Remember, it's important that you keep your shoulders where they are. So as you shorten the reins, there you go like that, and stay there so we don't unbalance him. There we go like that. Not bad at all. Let him stay right there. There is about right. Let it lower right there is really good for him. That's excellent. Right there is fantastic. Right there is not a bad working trot at all. Really nice. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Little bump. There. Now all the way back down into the stretch again. Now this time as you go into the stretch, I want you to try to lengthen the stride a little bit. So we're doing a little bit of a transition within the gait. So asking for even a bigger trot once he gets open that stretch. Like that. Really good around there. Excellent. Excellent work. Just like that. Now bring him back up from the stretch again. Again, try not to lean forward as you shorten the reins and raise his neck. Keep going, keeping him there in the working trot. Really good right there. Really good. Keep him right there. Don't let him stretch yet. You decide when the stretches come. That's really good. Keep it going. Soften him a little bit there. Good right there. Right there. Hold it for another moment. Now let him all the way back down again. And as you let him all the way down, once again, lengthening the stride around the circle a little. Really nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now just ask him to walk. What a good boy. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
Really nice. Now go ahead and halt on the center line and change directions.
Good boy, Calvin. Good boy. Was I still leaning forward when I was trying to get the reins?
Only once in a while, but just keep thinking about it so you don't lean over. Okay. We don't want to unbalance because that will dump him onto the forehand. So that's why it's so important that we have balance above the horse, because also that little bit of leaning forward changes the whole balance of the horse. It's so important that we understand that everything we do is making a difference to what they have to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, imagine if you had a pack on your shoulders that was something alive trying to move around up there while you're trying to walk and keep it in, in the right place, right? Obviously, the more it moves around, the harder it's going to be.
Walk. Good boy.
Let him come back to that walk. Taking a moment there wants to bring his hindquarters in a little bit in this direction. So take a moment while we're in the walk here to move those hindquarters, get them moving out so he begins to move a little bit shoulder forward around the circle. Nice to see he actually wants to trot today.
There we go.
Really good there. Now you can ask him to trot. And it's the same thing. We don't try to control the transition. We just ask him up into the trot. Let him figure out what he needs to do underneath us. Like that. Beautiful. Widening your circle a little bit there. Just a little bit of touch of a leg there. Now remember, you're as well as we're trying to use mostly that inside leg, trying to move his hindquarters, swinging them out a little bit. That's really good now, though. It's getting there.
Hey.
A little more outside rein there, so you twist to the inside. There you go. Keep going. And keep it going there for a minute. Keep going.
Hey.
Contact with outside rein. There we go. Now we're getting better. There we go. And let him go into the stretch like that. Good boy. So when he does that, we let it move along quite easily. Very good there. Really good. Like that. That's what we're looking for now. Once again, look how much movement there is in that hox. You can really see him starting to push up. Really good. Keeping that going. Really good there. And now just beginning to shorten your stirrups. Shorten your reins. Just beginning to bring the head and neck up a little bit. Like that, as he can. That's really good. Good, right there. Really nice. Really good. Right there. Excellent. Excellent working trot right there. Keep it right there. Keep it right there. Don't let it stretch yet. Keep it right there. A little bump of your leg when you feel like it starts to die out a little bit. Easy. And not a bad canter either there. There we go. Again, getting him off your inside of the leg just a little bit more. But even though the head and neck came up, he's not hollowing. It's really good. Now let him all the way back down again. Find where he's comfortable once again. Right there. Great job. Really nice. Keep that going. Now try to actually extend a little bit. See if you can get him to lengthen a little around the circle. Like that. Boy, I love how his hocks are moving. He got kind of stuck a foot there for a second. Good. Now bring him up from the stretch again. Really nice. That's it. Keep it going. Very nice. Good job. Right there. It's really nice. Right there is excellent. Keep it there. Right there. Good job. Really nice. Right there. Keep him up there. Don't let him stretch yet. Don't let him stretch. Keep it right there. Good working trot. Now let him have the stretch again all the way down. And as you do, lengthen a little bit. So as he gets all the way in the stretch, then add a little bit of leg and see if we can get even a little bit longer stride. Just like that. Excellent. And bring him up from the stretch again. Really nice. Right there. Excellent. Right there. Excellent. Just keep it right there now. Keep it right there. If he finally lugs on you a little bit, give him a little bump with your legs. There, keep that right there. That's really good. Keep it right there. That is fantastic. Really nice frame for this horse. Right there. Keep it right there. Come up a little bit with the pole. Now all the way back down again. Excellent work. Now lengthen around the circle again. Really nice. Excellent. Now bring him up again. Really nice. Really nice. So we can see this horse is ready to start having a pretty good working trot. We're able to bring it right there, and he didn't hollow. He didn't disengage. That's really fantastic right there. Keep it. Keep it. Now ask him to walk. No, wait. Actually, it's a good canter, though. Go ahead and trot again. Keep trotting again. Much improved. Keep it there for a moment. Another, once again, keeping the working trot again. Right there. Good. Right there is really good. Now let him all the way down the stretch and lengthen one more time. Again, adding a little bit of leg so we lengthen around the circle. Really good there. Really good. Watch the hocks, people watching this. Watch how he's starting to really dig in and really flex those hocks. That's fantastic. Now ask him to walk.
Good.
Really nice. And you may stop in the center and you are done. That was fantastic today.
Thank you. Very happy with that.
Very happy with that.
Good job, Calvin. Good job.
What a good boy. There was very little pissiness in him at all today. That was really great.
A little bit when I was going to the right at first.
Yeah.
He was a little like, I'm not sure I want to do this, but came out of it pretty
You
good.
convinced him otherwise.
I got the ring. Thanks.
Great job today, you guys. Wonderful.
Yeah, awesome lessons, for sure.
And there's Karen just got home.
Oh, nice. Tell her we said hi.
There's Karen just coming in the door. Great work today, you guys. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Very happy with that.
Now, if weather permitting, you guys go ahead and do both of them just like we did, any day that you like to this week.
Okay.
I think they're both getting to a really good place, Ron, don't you get on your horse until next week when I see you.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you want to put her on between now and then, just give him one more week of strengthening us before we put your weight on and see where we go from there. But that was really nice, and that's all you're looking for. It won't be long before you'll be riding Calvin, free, doing all these same things. But that was really good today.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, super happy. I think I won't try being off
guys?
the lunge line for now, though, because he seems to be up to a little bit of his antics of wanting
Yeah,
to.
keep him there. Once again, that's what this is for. You're training the horse. It's not, you got to train it before, like I tell people all the time, if you were building a car in your garage, you wouldn't take it out and drive it till you put the brakes on it or a steering wheel, right? But people do that with horses. They don't realize they have no steering and they have no brakes, but they get on them and want to go on a trail ride and end up in a hospital. So it's best to build the car before you start to drive it. Be sure you have brakes and all of the above. Any questions today?
I don't think so.
I think we're good. So
all right, you guys, great work. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same channel.
Same time, same everything. Sounds good.
Yep.
Excellent.
Thanks, Will.
Great work, you guys, and thanks for posting these. I think everybody's really been enjoying them. It's been great.
Yep.
Thanks.
Have a good week.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good. Bye.